Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 11th. This week, Pisces, we're just going to jump right in here. I'm going to do a Celtic cross this week, and I'm going to go back to normal next week, but I'm not feeling that great today. I'm just going to keep them short this week. I already took one day off, which I don't even know when the last time I took a day off was, but we're just going to kind of keep them short and sweet today. I'm going to put this to the side. You have the Five of Cups here. We'll just keep that in mind. I don't really take pop-outs, but let's see here what is going on for you for the week of the 11th here, Pisces. Here in your current general energies, you have the Knight of Cups for your main energy. So good, good energy. And you have the King of Cups as well as your crossing energy. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross could be a challenge, but it can also be supportive energy as well. I kind of feel both for you, if I'm being honest. I feel like for some of you, it's kind of like it's like, you know, which wolf do you feed, Pisces, is kind of what I'm getting off of that King of Cups. He could have, you know, irrational emotions, and his emotions could all be all over the place if he's in reverse, but he might have perfect emotions and perfect control over his own reality when he's upright. So I kind of feel like you have a choice. I feel like you're kind of like in this dream space right now with the Knight of Cups. Could be really good for love, by the way, so there could be definitely love coming. Your love readings have looked amazing. What I would say also, Pisces, is that, you know, as far as love is concerned, for the most part, Jupiter is going to be in your sign at the end of the year. I've already talked about this, you know, really good for love. So, you know, like I said, it makes perfect sense that there could be some good things around love coming in for you. What I would say, you're going to have to do something different than you ever have before, Pisces, you know, especially if you pick people who are safe, you know, quote unquote safe, which, you know, I'm a Pisces. I totally get it. You know, a lot of us Pisces do this where we pick, like, you know, safe people who might be safe, but they might also not be right, or we try to save people or whatever. So I'd say you're going to have to pick like someone with strength is what I'm getting here as far as love is concerned, but mostly in the future. For right now, I feel like you're kind of this dream space. You do have the King of Cups crossing you as well, and I kind of feel, like I said, good, bad about this. I feel like if you can control your emotions at this time, and if you can focus on the positive in any situation, you have the Five of Cups popping out there. If you can focus on the positive, then I think things will be going very well for you. If you're focused on the negative, I feel like you're going to be kind of dragged down, right? Even in the area of your thoughts here, Pisces, we have the Five of Wands, which is a card of like conflict and competition. So you could be conflicted in the area of your brain. I would say, you know, number one, no rushing to decisions at this time. Mercury retrograde still, you know, and even though at the end of the week, I think, I don't actually know what the last day of the week is, but, you know, that Mercury goes direct on the 18th, and so, you know, we're kind of coming away from this Mercury retrograde energy, but we're still in it, and we'll still be in the shadow throughout the rest of the month. So I wouldn't be rushing any decisions, especially anything that feels rushed or, you know, feels like you're not sure what to do. I would say if you're conflicted on making a decision, which kind of looks like you are, Five of Wands, Two of Swords here, I would just take your time. In the area of your foundation, you have the Two of Wands here. Really good card. I get this. The best way I could describe it for you, Pisces, and I'm a Pisces, so I get it. It's like that dreamy energy. It's like good, but something isn't real here, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like he is kind of like he sees something. He sees the world. He's got the world in his hands. It's like he has a goal. He has something that he thinks that he could accomplish, but he's still staying stuck in his comfort zone. He's still staying where he is. He needs to leave his comfort zone to kind of find success. And that's what I feel for you here this week, Pisces. In the area of the past, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be just like too much worry about the small details. I feel like the whole entire reading is basically saying, get out of your head, Pisces, and focus on the big picture. You know, focus on the world, not the tiny little nitpicky details. The good news is, in the near future, you have the Magician. So I feel like you're kind of like creating your own reality at this time. I do feel like you need to focus a little bit with the Magician energy. I feel like it is asking you, again, with this whole kind of like this duality type energy that I'm picking up here on in your reading. I wouldn't really call it a duality energy, but it kind of is. It's like the wand here can represent magic, and it can represent the fact that he can create his own reality, but he's also pointing down. He's pointing to the earth here, Pisces, and he's like saying like, hey, like you have some ideas, you know that you want to accomplish something. Now it's time to bring it down to earth. So I feel like it is time for you, Pisces. It's time. Is what I feel like saying. We're going to clarify some of this in just a minute. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Nine of Wands here. I definitely wouldn't give up on any goals, wishes, or dreams that you have. I see things like, I see these like very like highs, like high highs where you're feeling like good. And then I do see some like lows coming in where it's like maybe the energy in your life slows down. I feel like it's like if you can just, chill when you're in these like little dips in your life, right? Then I feel like things are going to just be going so much better. What the hell does that mean? It's like in finances, for example, I feel like you could be having not just, this month and this week, this is a weekly reading, but not just at this time, but in the future, it's like I feel like there are going to be highs where maybe you're doing really well, you're making a lot of money, or you're finding success. And then there could be little dips where I feel like you're maybe not making as much, or things are slowing down, or it doesn't even have to be like that. For you, Pisces, just looking at your astrology, should be really good for money. And number two, it could just be that things start moving sideways and there's just no up or down. So what I would say here is that sometimes when this happens, it's like we try to create, movement so we can make some rash decisions. I feel like as long as you can just enjoy those moments where you're kind of like coasting, things are going to go very well for you here. And again, like I said, I've seen a lot of people do this where it's like their business starts moving sideways, right? It's like not going up, it's not going down, it's just kind of doing okay. And in those moments, I always say, like, slow down, don't make any rash decisions, because I've seen it happen where people make a decision and their business ends up going under or something like that. I feel like it's saying enjoy those moments, learn from those moments, and kind of maybe refocus and look back on the past at what worked and focus on what works. Don't try to, in those moments, I feel like sometimes we try to like do something crazy, and that's probably not the right answer. For others, I feel like you're starting to open up here over the next few weeks, in months, probably in love, like I said. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Knight of Wands, so a lot of fun. I feel like you'll be having a lot of fun. I feel you are going to be very focused on having fun as well, like focusing on doing things that you enjoy doing. I feel like you're going to be focused on kind of like getting the most out of life at this time. So I like that. Feels really good. I also just feel, I have the word activity popping into my head. But I feel it's more like for those of you, like if your health is suffering, or if you're trying to get healthy, if you're trying to stay healthy, or, any of that. I feel that the word activity is more talking about the fact that you are just, looking to get active for health purposes. Again, Jupiter in your sign wouldn't really surprise me if you were focused on your health. Jupiter expands things, right? So as I always say, like with Jupiter in your sign, I definitely wouldn't be, I'd be watching out with the pizza, Pisces. I'd be avoiding that stuff, for the next year. I know it's hard, but like I said, Jupiter expands, and it is a positive planet, but, sometimes we don't want certain things to expand, right? So, that's what I'd say here, and I feel like activity would be a good bet for you here with the Knight of Wands. It's coming up in the area of your closest relationships, so you could be meeting people through activities. You could be meeting people at the gym or, other places. Again, I feel a major theme for you, Pisces, over the next several years is going to be your social group. Like if you find yourself not, if you are like a Pisces like me and you don't socialize very much, then I feel like you're about to get more social in general. And, again, a lot of this could be like activity-wise. In the area of your future feelings, you have the Empress, feeling like you're in a good place, Pisces. Definitely I feel like you're experiencing your glow up, as I always say to you. I feel like you're becoming more, abundant, and you're stepping into this very abundant energy. What I would say here is, there is a waterfall behind her here. Empress is a really good card, but it does represent chaotic force. The waterfall kind of represents the fact that she knows that at any moment things could change, because a waterfall is kind of like unpredictable. If it rains, for example, and the waterfall overflows, it could cause destruction or chaos or something like that. So, she's making sure that, she understands that things are well, but she also kind of like in the back of her mind, she doesn't get too comfortable necessarily. She kind of like knows like, okay, I got to keep this train going. And that's like what I feel for you in all areas of your life. I feel like some of you, it's like a very clear message to me, Pisces, that I feel like over the past several years that you have realized that you have to like maintain a certain level of success, or you have to maintain a certain level of abundance in your life. But I feel like you're like looking over the past years and you're like saying to yourself, like I feel like you are realizing certain little things that maybe prevented your success, or that where maybe you didn't keep putting the work into something like a relationship. And it's like now I feel like you're saying to yourself, like I can get to this place of being comfortable, but I'm also going to make sure that I keep the momentum going. And your outcome is the Two of Swords here. Definitely would be a good time for you to leave a comfort zone, as I already stated. I feel like some of you just need to kind of like get out of a comfort zone. Everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before, Pisces. So, I've been saying this to you all year, and I'm going to keep saying it because that's where everything you want is. So I would like take a risk, do something you've never done before. Don't be afraid to have some sort of like, new experience. And it could be very, very simple. You could just be doing something new. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal. I'm going to just clarify a few of these cards, and that's going to be that, Pisces. With the King of Cups here, you have the Two of Cups. Could be love coming in for you for sure. Again, like I said, I feel like your love life could be improving significantly, so that doesn't really surprise me, but I definitely feel like there could be love coming in for you. I want to clarify the area of your thoughts. Like I said, I would be very careful of your emotions. Which wolf do you feed, Pisces? Do you feed the one that's full of fear, hate, anger, or do you feed the one that's full of, joy, ambition, happiness, and, all those other good things? I would be very, very careful with your choices at this time. Again, I'm a Pisces, like I said. I know I keep beating that dead horse, but, what I would say is there have been so many times over the past few years where, like, I've said to the universe, if this isn't right, take it from me. Because, again, I've been, like, looking for a direction. I've been looking to make some changes, and it's like, boom, it's just like that. It's like it disappears out of my life. I've had it happen with relationships, businesses, pretty much everything. And, I feel like you're kind of like in that place, right? So that's why I feel like it would be very important for you, especially with this and this Magician. Yes, definitely Four of Pentacles. The universe is trying to break you out of comfort zones. This is why this happens, right? It's like, I feel like, the universe really kind of does know what's best for you at this time, Pisces. So the universe is trying to push you away from a comfort zone if it's taking something away from you. I would also, again, make sure you're feeding the right, wolf inside of you. With the Nine of Wands here, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're in a good place just in general as far as your abundance is concerned. So I like to see that. With the closest relationships, you have the Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords, not wanting to socialize, Pisces. So again, I totally get it, but I do feel like it would be a very good time for you to socialize. I feel like you need to realize the benefits here. For some of you, it's kind of weird because like I have this story playing in my head here, Pisces, where I almost feel like it's almost like you're learning how, like some of you could feel on a very deep level that you're learning how to interact with other people again. Some of you, I actually don't think it would be a bad thing for you to kind of like look at how other people interact in, any type of situation that you want to get into, relationship situations, anything. It's really funny because, I was part of a business group, just a couple of weeks ago, and it was only running for a short period of time. And I'm like one of those people, I was like the kid that would sit at the back of the class that didn't really want to get called on. I didn't want anyone to ask me questions or anything like that, right? But like, one thing that struck me about this group is that, was like how people were interacting with the group. It's popping into my head. I feel like this is important for you, Pisces, because again, it was important for me. It's probably going to be important for you. I was like looking at how the people were interacting with the group and like the questions they were asking and like all this other stuff. And I really tried to like be like, I need to learn from this because I'm bad at this, right? And it's not necessarily a good thing. Like, there are many things that I look at where I'm like, I'm bad at this, but it's not like that's not an excuse. That's not a good thing, right? And so some of you could be doing that. If you have a hard time socializing, if you have a hard time asking questions, whatever, maybe it's time for you to kind of like watch people who are good at it so that you can say, oh, this is what they do. I kind of feel like you're mimicking success here. With the Empress, you have the Judgment card. So I feel like you're waking up to your true power, Jupiter in your sign. I mean, that is literally what Jupiter in your sign does. It wakes you up to your true inner power, especially if it's your first house. For some of you, people always ask me, isn't it the first house for every single Pisces? No. Depending on when you were born, it might not be your first house. So, I feel for a lot of you that this is like a wake-up call that you are experiencing, but I feel like you're recognizing your true power. With the Two of Swords, boom. Hey, are you kidding me? Empress? I'm telling you, Pisces, do something you've never done before. I don't care if you're traveling. I don't care if you're starting a business. I don't care if you're asking a person out and you've never done that before. It's like literally everything you want is on the other side of a fear. This is one of those readings that reminds me of like the hero's journey. The point of the hero's journey is the hero always has to go into the darkness and then come out the other side. They enter into the dark forest or whatever, or the underworld, and they find themselves, really is what it boils down to. But they always get something they want. And so, I feel like that is your story, Pisces, is that, everything you want is on the other side of, getting away from comfort zones and things like that. Pretty powerful reading, I would say. Empress twice, definitely you showing up there, very attractive at this time. But just a powerful energy. So this is a good reading. I like it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.